Welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute, your source of internet marketing inspiration.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Law Firm Marketing Minute. I'm your host, John Pinson, and today I wanted to talk to you about touch points. We talk a lot about you got to just create consistent touch points, build those, stay that top of mind awareness, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to give you some data around that. So there was a demand gen report that came out that said about 44% of buyers typically consume around 3 to 5 pieces of content before engaging with a vendor of some sort, a business, whatever the case may be. And that number, from what I have seen in the past, is a lot lower. I've seen anywhere from like 6 to 12 to even as many as 18 pieces of content that someone needs to consume before they get comfortable enough engaging with a company. And look, and when I say like pieces of content, I don't mean whole blog posts, whole videos, all that kind of stuff. Like those are pieces as part of the puzzle, but it could be a social media post. It could be an email newsletter, things like that. Someone who is doing their research and trying to find the right lawyer to hire, they can get on your list, and then it may take several touch points before they decide to move further. It's all part of that, idea that we've talked about a couple of months ago in terms of like the middle of the funnel, the nurturing, staying top of mind and all that, things that law firms have not historically done very well at. And so, a lot of these statistics out there are just kind of proving that, like, look, and you get this too as a lawyer, right? Like, if you're searching for a vendor to work with, you're going to do your research. All right. You might get on a couple of lists, but you're not going to just immediately call up the first vendor you find, more than likely. And without vetting them, without doing any research, you're literally not going to ever call up just the first marketing vendor. You're not going to go into Google, type in law firm marketing, and just call the first, link that comes up and sign a contract with them and all that. Like, who does that? Right. So that's the same way that your consumers are also kind of approaching this. They're going to do their research. They're going to start following a couple of different firms. They're going to start seeing what different firms are offering. And so that's why it's important to create as many of these touch points as you can. That's why we talk about how, it's a momentum sort of thing where, like, the more you can do and the more you can do it consistently, the stronger your results will get, And so that's why, look, if you're just doing a blog and a newsletter, great. Like, you're going to still create valuable touch points. You're still going to generate referrals. But when you start posting daily on social media, when you have video, when you start adding these components, a podcast, whatever it is, you start creating more and more touch points where you make it harder for people to miss you, or, to put it in a more optimistic way, you make it easier for people to see you, So that's kind of the thing to keep in mind there is just, in order, if you want to shorten that sales cycle, if you want to, warm people up, nurture people a lot faster, the more touch points that you can create with those people, the better. Now, there is a line. I'm not saying send them 10 emails a day or multiple emails a day. Don't pepper them with phone calls. Don't, fill up their physical mailbox with a ton of mail. It's spread out. Like, you can't, there's a window, right? Like, you're not going to be able to convert someone more often than not in a day or two. It's just not going to happen, right? It will take a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, who knows, especially for most practice areas. Criminal defense, personal injury, where there's a little bit more urgency there, that this doesn't necessarily apply for like car accident cases or like when someone's been arrested. But beyond that, family law, estate planning, business, tax, bankruptcy, all these things where people, they can maybe see this coming, or they have time to react or time to make a decision. They're going to be doing their research. They're going to be sitting, they're going to be, on top of everything else they've got going on in their daily lives. So, like, if you can just show up here and there, show up in their social media feed, show up in their inbox. That's what's going to make sure that you stay top of mind. And if you are doing your content the right way, where you're providing value, you're showing off your expertise, not only are you showing up, not only are you staying top of mind, but you're planting that seed in their head that, hey, this is the expert that I do need to work with. So, look, like I said, you can get away with doing a blog and a newsletter every month. You will get results from that. But if you're looking for more results or faster results, it's all about in the more that you do. And so making sure that you're posting on social media and getting out in front of those people, upping the frequency of your email newsletters to maybe twice a month, can go a long way. Just those things there to keep in mind. The content strategy absolutely works. It brings in the clients that you absolutely want. It's just a longer game. And that's just, how the best marketing is done. And, we can debate on any other kind of marketing, in terms of its sustainability and short-term versus long-term success. But I still really believe that, in terms of the content strategy, the consistency of it, like, you're not going to find better results anywhere else. So, if you work with us, cool. If you do it yourself, cool. Or if you work with someone else, cool. I just want you to feel good about the strategy that you're doing and why you're doing it. And so that's why we're explaining this here today. But that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks so much for everyone who came out to visit us at the Florida and Texas bar conferences last week. I was in Florida, really great meeting some of you, chatting with a bunch of lawyers, as always. And man, looking forward to just seeing where some of those new relationships go, and going back next year for another conference. So that's going to be it. Thank you for continuing to listen, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us. Please visit lawfirmmarketingminute.com for more information. We'll see you next time.